going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. And this week, I'm probably gonna wrap out the action comedies, maybe. Even though it felt like it was a short time, but I might come back to it sometime in the near future. But I'm gonna wrap out this block with The Rundown, starring The Rock and Seann William Scott. And my God, yes, I know what you're thinking. This is an old VHS, but yeah. This is The Rundown. So, yeah. The reason why I consider this an action comedy because, well, the story and the way these two just mesh together on screen is just great. It's just pure dynamite comedy. But this also falls in the realm of action adventure movies as well. And of course, why I did not review this over the summer is beyond me. But of course, to me, I feel like this is more of a comedy. But for any of those that are not familiar with this movie, so I'll give you just like the cliff notes or the shortened version of the story according to the back. So, The Rock plays a guy named Beck. He's like he's kind of like a bounty hunter, more like a retrieval expert. I'm trying to remember what he does, but what he does is he's given a mission to go retrieve this guy Travis Walker, who is Seann William Scott, who by his dad, who's a chef in L.A. I don't know, it's some kind of weird thing. And he wants him to come back, bring him back to the States. Okay, so of course he's somewhere in the Amazon. Well, by Amazon, it's Brazil. So he heads down to Brazil, and it just goes off on a crazy ass, funny, wild ride, okay? And you got an incredible all-star cast in this movie. Besides The Rock and Seann William Scott, who work well together, you have Christopher Walken, who plays Mr. Hatcher, the villain, and he is, of course, just like any persona that Christopher Walken plays. My God, Christopher Walken somehow steals the show or upstages in some kind of crazy, unique way. There's something I just want to talk about Christopher Walken and this character, but but it's just crazy to talk about him. But anyway, it goes into the jungle. It goes supposedly the whole story and the whole beef between this guy and Seann William Scott's character is that he found something in the jungle that since he owns part of the jungle, owns the land, so he wants in on it. So yeah, so it's just crazy to think about, but there's a whole lot of action. In fact, the middle act, I think, is the best shining part of the whole movie. And then, of course, they got the last act, which is also really good. But I love the middle act because that's when the best stuff happens. You got the great interactions between The Rock and Seann William Scott. You got a scene full of monkeys, which is hysterical. Every time I see a scene, I always laugh my ass off because it's so hysterical. But my God, there's a lot I can tell about this movie between the monkeys and Christopher Walken's character. It's just funny to talk about. I could write a whole book, but that's the charm of this movie. It's it's just The Rock trying in wrong place at the wrong time, just trying to do his job. But yeah, he's got getting embroiled in some crazy ass shit in the jungle, and then this over the top eccentric villain of Mr. Hatcher, and yeah. It's hard to tell who totally owned the screen, but of course, obviously, I'll put the vote in Christopher Walken's favor because of this character. That's just over the top, in my opinion. But it's just pure dynamite. My only knock on this movie is how can I say this? I feel like there's a few cliches that I think could have worked out, like the whole exotic adventure film setting. Let's see, I love the fact that it's the Amazon and it's not the desert. It's not in the Himalayas. It's all right, but the fact that the artifact that's the whole purpose of the story is it's like a generic. Oh, okay, find it. It'll bring prosperity to the region kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, so it's that kind of story. Hey, do this for us. So clearly this is something that that was recycled or ripped straight out of an Indiana Jones novel, or not novel. You know what I mean? Like an Indiana Jones movie. So if that makes sense. But the action's crazy. That's where the last act. It's it all works together, and it's just damn near entertainment. And yeah, it just leaves you with a smile on your face. But then again, I'm like, I would love to see a sequel happen, but nothing ever came out of it. But of course, they hinted at that, and apparently there was an alternate ending or an extended ending to this movie where somehow Seann William Scott and The Rock are talking and bickering, and it brings up a fact. Oh, hey, listen, I'm on the trail of another treasure, and he's talking about this treasure, and he's like, yeah, not, yeah, sure, sure, we can find it, kind of thing. And so I'm like, that would be that. Hello, that's a window, folks. Could use that, but nope, nothing ever happened to it. I would love to see that come to fruition, like see the Rundown 2 or some kind of like over the top title. But hey, it's really really fun. Let's see. Not much else I can say. If you've never seen this movie, go give it a watch. Okay, believe it or not, I still own this on a VHS, so I'm really lucky. You can probably find it somewhere floating around, some discount bin, or you can find it on TV. Give it a watch. It's entertainment. It's not a big masterpiece like say like Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade or anything like that, but it's entertaining to a point, and with The Rock at the helm and Sean William Scott, their current dynamite, it'll bring together. And then of course, Chris Walken really what ties it all together, like a nice, good, entertaining bow. So if I had to give the Rundown a score, I'd probably give this maybe a 7.5 out of 10. That's at best as I can give it. All right. So that does it for this week. That does it for the comedy block. So let me know what you think. So we're gonna dive maybe into action horror movies maybe in the next week or so. All right. That's for tonight. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome, exciting videos.